يا أبا صالح.
Then the time came, after 7 years, the first representative passed away. His son, Muhammad ibn Uthman. First one, Uthman ibn Sa'id. Second one, his son, Muhammad ibn Uthman. When Muhammad ibn Uthman was going to begin this, they received a letter from the 12th Imam in which it said, "O Muhammad, your father lived a wonderful life. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessed him with a great blessing, and that great blessing is you. You are that blessing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessed your father with. And from now on, the communications are going to come from me to you." What stands out about this second representative? He played the role of representative of the 12th Imam for 40 years. 40 years. 40 years of service. 40 years of consistency. And during these 40 years, there was no task that the Imam would tell him to do and he would consider it too small or too, minor for him to take care of. So other companions used to come and they had to take care of things, and they used to sit back and say, "Why are you telling us to do this? This is too small for me. Give me something more important. Give me a more critical role." But the representative, Muhammad, he used to say, "This is what I've been told to do, we do it." So the narrator came, he said, "Muhammad ibn Uthman, the second representative, called me. He said, 'Come, I need you to take care of something.' I went to him. When I went to him, he gave me a bag of money, dirham, and he gave me a bag of cloth. He said, 'Take these two to this particular location. When you get there, the first person that you meet over there is going to take the money and is going to take the cloth from you as well.'" The narrator himself says, when he told me to do this, I thought to myself, "Baba, what role is this? Yani go over there, take a little bag of money and take some cloth." And I thought to myself, this is not becoming of me. What role is this? I said, "Fine, because the representative is asking me, I'll do it, no problem." He says, "I got on my horse, I went to that location. When I got to that location, someone approached me, asked my name, I introduced myself. When I introduced myself, he said, 'I know who you are. You're associated with Muhammad ibn Uthman, aren't you?' I said, 'Yes, he's the one who sent me.' He said, 'Give us the money and give us the cloth that you've brought with yourself.' I handed it over to him. I said, 'What is this money and this cloth for anyways?' He said, 'Yes, one of our Shia passed away. We didn't have the money for his kafn and dafn, and we didn't have the cloth to have him shrouded. Muhammad ibn Uthman knew about this. He sent you with this money and with this cloth.'" The lesson to learn from the life of the second representative is a life of service. There are people in this world, they are part of the solution. There are people, they're not part of the solution. Sometimes they're part of the problem and the burden. Muhammad ibn Uthman, 40 years, a life of service. Now I ask you and I, in our houses, in our communities, in whatever capacity, are you the one who serves others, or are you the one who's a burden on others? This is a serious question. If I want to know when the 12th Imam comes, will I serve him or will I be a burden on him? Well, one of the indications of that is how I'm living my life right now. Right now, am I a person of service for the Ahl Bayt, or am I a burden for them? Constantly they have to worry about me. Constantly my family has to take care of my issues. Yes? In every household, siblings, yes? I don't want to create too many problems tonight, yeah? Siblings, some of them are people who solve other problems. Some of them are burden for the family. Some siblings, they're always thinking, how can I help out my parents? How can I help out my other siblings? Other siblings, they create problems in the house. Yani this is the balance, right? This is how it works. Muhammad ibn Uthman played this type of role. And of the other lessons to be learned from him was the way he prepared for his akhirah. The narration says, when we came to visit Muhammad ibn Uthman, he had dug up his own grave. And he would sit in his own grave in preparation, months ahead, he used to recite Quran because he knew that that is where eventually he's going to be headed. Someone who feared Allah like this. Now question, Muhammad ibn Uthman, was he a normal sinner like you and me? No, Muhammad ibn Uthman, the second representative, had 10 other representatives just in the city of Baghdad working for him. Just in Baghdad. The Shia at that time were in different corners of the world. Some in Khurasan, some in Qom, some in Yemen, some in Kufa, some in Baghdad. Just in Baghdad, 10 representatives worked and reported to Muhammad ibn Uthman. But when it came to his relationship with Allah, he himself would sit inside of his grave, reciting verses of the Quran in preparation that he knows the time of his death is going to come. Yes? The lesson from the second representative is, are you a service or are you a burden? A loud salawat, please.
Allahumma kull waliyyin